Now for the very last bit of content support, we're going to go over emphasis areas and what we look for as far as content for these pages. So this is just a standard layout for the emphasis areas page. We have an intro, then we have a call to action to apply, so the widget with the call to action to apply, just because there is nothing else on that page that prompts the application or that next step once they've reviewed this content. And then we use tabs, so a main content section that's tabs, in order to list all the different emphasis areas. And this helps students just be able to see all of their options, and then from there choose the emphasis area that's right for them. And then as far as the details, it's why students should choose that emphasis area. So they're all kind of competing with each other on that same page, but just it's explaining the differences between all of them so that students can really make the right choice. So now I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of the intro for the emphasis areas and what we recommend having as far as that intro. So we're targeting the first generation students, the adult learners, and students that may not be familiar with emphasis areas or what that terminology means overall. Since we know it, we want to make sure they know it too. So explaining what emphasis areas are, why they exist, if they're optional, and then how it is that they choose one. So do they have to choose one from the beginning of their program? Can they choose one at the very end? Is it just courses that make a difference as far as the emphasis area? Do they lead to different career types? Can they just be a general major without choosing an emphasis area? So again, these are the questions that go beyond just listing the courses, which is what's currently on the website. It's just a list of courses, but really going the extra step as far as what does this mean for the student, and even what does it really mean as far as their degree type and their experience here at CSU Pueblo. So as far as writing that emphasis area details though, so we have the intro, the different areas listed in tabs, and then inside of that tab, what should be included, we think of it as a mini program overview just for that emphasis area. And we strongly suggest mentioning that emphasis area and program name together, just so that students don't misunderstand that emphasis area to be a program. Because this was, I guess, it's one of the most common issues with the existing website. People think jazz studies is a program when really it's an emphasis area for the music program. So what we recommend is having something like the Bachelor of Science in Nursing with an emphasis in health education, allow students to, and again, sticking to that verb as far as what it accomplishes for students or what it provides for students. So that's emphasis area, and it's a really similar structure to minors. So those of you that are working with minors, you'll have an intro and then a link to the catalog for that course information. So before we were seeing a lot of courses being added to the CSU Pueblo website, but now that we have a course catalog, we could just link to the course catalog for them to review the courses. The most important thing that minor pages are missing right now is how to declare it. Do they have to call someone, or do they have to go to pause? So it's really outlining those steps, as well as adding an intro of why students should choose that minor. So we recommend also approaching this like a mini program overview of the X minor and what it provides for students, or that verb of what it does. It accomplishes, it provides, it helps, and then again, that list of what it does for students. And this content will actually live at a department level. So before, the minors used to be listed with the program that had the same name, like the political science BA would list the political science minor. But what we realized is that people wouldn't be looking for that minor under political science, like some would, but there was an additional opportunity for more exposure. So if we list all the minors and certificates at a department level, it gives it another location where students of any major can browse the minors and certificates offered by a department. So now they'll see it at a department level. We'll have a navigation link from a program level. So that's two places where students can access that minor and certificate information. whereas before it was only on the program level and only in political science that students could find information for the political science minor. So if you have any questions as far as how that layout and navigation works, I recommend watching the URLs and navigation video for the academic pages redesign, because that explains how we broke down what lives at a school, college, department, and program level. But again, minors will be listed at the department level. So a really important question to answer when it comes to the minor content is, can anyone declare that minor? Is it only specific majors? Is it people in that department? So making sure that you also outline who that minor is for. That's something that we saw that was missing. But again, this will be the same content, minors and certificates. It's this approach that we want you to have. How to declare it, can anyone declare it, and then really what it provides for students. And all of this will be available at a department level. Now, the last page that will be a part of your program folder is a student success page. So this should have testimonials, placement rate information. The layout of this will change. This is what we all will start off with, just basic HTML layout, but we're working with a third-party agency who's going to help us really make the content on this page pop. But step one for all of us in the meantime will be to gather that content and making sure that we have those testimonials that are strong, and the placement information. Like for AIM, they have on their website that there's a 97% placement rate. That's huge, and that really speaks to the success of the program. So it's that type of content that we really want to promote when it comes to the program. Now, I'm going to wrap up with next steps as far as the content workshop. So until the content workshops at the end of March, we're going to just be working on content and making sure that each part of that program folder has not only the right content, but that it's also web-friendly content. So what I'm going to do is create folders for all of you via Google Drive, and that way you can share your content with me and you can share your content with your department. So that way several people can collaborate on the content, but at the same time we're not emailing documents back and forth and trying to stay up to date with what the last version is. It's all in one place and we can all reference it that way. So I'll be in touch with those Google folders, and in the meantime just gather your content, review these slides again, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to support you and make the content and the program strengths really pop for you when it comes to these new pages. Thank you.